Super Talk 99.7 WTN open phone lines right now. You want to get in here, we'll jump on those phone calls. 615-737-9986 if you'd like to be a part of the show. It is 7 minutes after 5 o'clock. My name is Matt Murphy, and this is the Matt Murphy Radio Show. I think I've been accused of saying that it was Monday early on in the show. If that was the case, I apologize. I humbly beg of your forgiveness. I'm aware that it is Wednesday, November 5. It is episode 918 of our gatherings together on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Many of those on the front end happen between noon and 3, and now we host a little gathering from 3 until 7 that we call the Matt Murphy Show. It's also time for our man Cameron Smith. He writes for the Tennessean, and oftentimes you hear his voice on these radio airwaves. You often can hear him on podcast as well as we host together All the Best Words with Matt Murphy and Cameron Smith. Hey, Cameron.
Hey, buddy.
Why are you smiling at me?
Because
I'm all over the place.
I'm literally the only. It's funny when I sit down and you're like, I think I may have hated the last thing that you wrote. What was it? And I'm like, that's how you know we're friends. Because I'm like, it was about blowing up people in the Gulf of America.
Oh, yeah, I did hate that one. Not so much.
You did not. You agreed with that one.
Well, kind of. Yeah, but you always say things that annoy me.
That's the whole point. I mean,
I did. The last thing that Cameron heard before we came on air was, I was like, I think I hated the last thing you wrote on Tennessee. And what was it? I think I hated it.
And I said blowing up people.
And I went, oh, yeah. Nah, not so much.
Yeah.
I don't guess so.
That's literally the point of all of the stuff we do is to have these discussions, to think through this stuff. I mean, it's fun, man.
Just think for yourselves, folks.
Yeah, amen.
Just think for yourselves. It's you know one of the reasons that I don't get into all of this influencer crap, right? And I'm not suggesting that these people aren't in some way important. A lot of them have great ideas. A lot of them have great thoughts about politics or whatever. But whether it's Ben Shapiro or Matt Walsh at the Daily Wire, or whether it's Tucker Carlson or even Charlie Kirk, for all the good that Charlie Kirk did. And I don't deny all of the good that he did. I'm not going to get into the subtlety of, oh, was he wrong? Oh, was he right? This, that, or the other thing, because he is who he is. Enjoy him, but don't hero worship any of these people.
Anyone.
Or me, or you, or Ken, or anybody.
It's weird, right?
Yes.
And so that's what I sometimes people will send me an email and say,
well, not Donald Trump. You can hero worship him. But other than
that's different.
That's much different.
Well, but that to me is just, sometimes when people send me emails and like, I just love your thoughts and you're so right. I'm like, whoa.
Calm down.
My wife doesn't feel that way. So it's okay for you to have
you're telling me.
Agree with me sometimes and not agree with me other times. That's normal human interaction. So to find that influencer or voice that you will adhere to always means you're not thinking.
Right. And it is fascinating to me how we've gotten to a place, and I get it all the time, brother, where, hey, Matt, I agree with you on that. That's awesome. Hey, Matt, I agree with you with that. That's awesome. Hey, Matt, you're awesome. You said a thing that I agree with. And then 2 months later, hey, Matt, you said one thing I disagree with. You're awful. You're evil. I hate you. I'm never listening to you again. You're horrible. You should die.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Wait, what? It's the 100%ers, man, and they're on both sides.
Yeah.
They're all over the joint. While I have Ken Weaver's attention, and I know that I do because I saw him looking over Jackson Williams' shoulder. Ken, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
And I meant to pose it at the beginning of the show, and I forgot.
Okay.
This UPS deal.
Yes, sir.
This plane crash. 9 dead? Is that right?
Now it's up to 12.
Oh, man. And so 3 on the plane and the rest on the ground, I guess?
I have not seen that.
Okay.
But that sounds right.
I think I heard yesterday that there were 3 on the plane. And Governor Andy Beshear of Kentucky has declared a state of emergency.
Yes.
Is there anything in the reporting that you've seen as to why?
Why he's declared a state of emergency?
Yes.
Well, only the reason he says he declared a state of emergency was to get more resources to the scene.
Okay. That makes sense. I mean, because I couldn't understand if there was anything that would naturally lead us to a current state of emergency, because everything that's happened is in the past. And I guess, sadly, the way that they do these things, you have to have a declaration in order to open up, like, probably certain avenues of federal resources and other things. That would make sense. That would make some sense. Okay, that was the question I had because I heard you say that earlier today. I was I was a little confused. 2213 wants you to know, Jackson, that you would be an excellent spokesperson for any given company that you chose to put your mind to. And they've been saying this since 3:12 this afternoon. And I'm just going to read. Can I just read this to you, Jackson? This is good stuff. Well, one, I didn't see this when he first wrote it, but someone wants you to know that they felt like you jinxed the Tennessee Volunteers.
He would.
Last weekend. And I'm quoting him now. Old Truffle Butter jinxed us again. Go Vols. He needs to go pick another team to pull for.
Ooh.
I'm just the messenger, Jackson. I'm just reading them.
People can have wrong opinions. You say Cameron does all the time.
It's true.
That's
he does. And then today, and that was on the 2nd. So that was over the weekend on a Sunday morning. 2213 said, I'm going to go ahead and get a jump start on the week by texting Matt and Jackson and Ken and remind y'all that I'm a Vols fan and I don't like you anymore. Anyway, today he said spokesperson extraordinaire Mr. Truffle Butter himself. He delivered that message at 3:12. And at 3:15, he said spokesperson extraordinaire Mr. Truffle Butter himself. He delivered the same message at 3:18, at 3:21, at 3:32, at 3:47. He said, I think he could make a great Truffle Butter commercial. At 3:48, at 3:52, and at 4 o'clock, at 4:14, and at 4:37. So I'm a little concerned that 2213 is having a mental episode, or perhaps B, he has fallen asleep and his hip or his hand has hit the send button and it just keeps resending. Any response to 2213?
I appreciate the confidence.
I have confidence in you, too. Now, what do you have against bombing? Why do you love drug runners? Did you get that email?
I did.
That you love drug runners?
Oh, man. I got folks that were like, thank you so much for explaining this. This doesn't set right with me. And I'm like, okay. And then I had where were you when Obama was president? To which I said, I still love the Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
What is the problem?
Mm-hmm.
And what was really dark humor after I wrote that column and it was released over at the Tennessean, the DOD, I guess it was Hegseth, posted videos of them arresting drug dealers in submarines, like literally jumping on the submarine. It was really cool to watch, but they didn't blow them up. And it just blew my mind how you decided these particular drug runners get arrested and don't die when the other ones get the blow-up treatment. I'm just confused. Within like days of each other.
Well, for me, and you and I talked about this last week before you wrote the article, and I pick on you about the article, of course. Y'all can go read the article for yourself. You might have to go behind a paywall. I'll give you my password. Don't worry about it. So, but I just want some explaining.
Yeah, I agree.
I just want it explained to me that why we're putting these people in a certain bucket that other people would not go in.
Right.
Right?
Who do the same thing.
Who would do the same thing, right? But if we have a specific group of people that we have designated as terrorists who are running drugs and we believe that they're killing people based on the drug running, all right, how are they in this bucket and these folks aren't in this bucket? How are they in the Department of Defense bucket versus criminal offense bucket? Coast Guard over here, military operation over here. I'm just trying to understand what your legal team, because the Trump administration says, well, our legal team has created this distinction. Just show me the distinction. That's all.
The problem, I just can't square the circle, is you're literally the same guy, Pete Hegseth, is posting, we arrested these drug runners. We did the cool thing where we jumped on the submarine and pulled them out, right? It was neat. I watched it. It was great. These guys who are also drug runners, we executed.
So why didn't we kill the submarine people, right?
That's kind of my
Is
question.
your question.
Or why didn't we arrest the ones
The
we
other
killed, right? Like, these seem to be same, but some died and some are prosecuted. Like, and that's just confusing for me, and I think it's kind of strange.
I don't know that there's any legs to the. I mean, there should be, because constitutional questions are important.
Mm-hmm.
But man, when you watch a couple of drug runners go boom,
yeah, I mean,
there's just not a lot of compassion for
I
it.
just don't want to watch the Constitution go boom too. Like,
That's fair.
I don't care.
I think
The
it's
drug
fair.
dealers, no sympathy for those guys. But the truth is, I also just don't trust the government, right? Like, you're telling me that the people you're executing, like, super deserved it. But how we in America decide those things is we prosecute them, and then if we determine they've committed an offense that for which death is the penalty, then we do that.
Jason wants you to know that he doesn't worship you for your opinion. He does worship you for your body, and he wants to know if that's okay.
Yes, as I told you off there, I regularly get the opinion that my body's made for sin. I don't know why people say that to me. Big if true.
Armchair PD says the submarine was worth capturing, the boat wasn't. Maybe.
All I know is that some of those boats appear to have 4 very large horsepower motors, and they seem like nice boats.
I mean, sure. Once again, the Constitution matters.
Mm-hmm.
And that leads me to topic number 2. There were Supreme Court arguments today on the issue of tariffs.
Mm-hmm.
The Trump administration is relying on a 1970s era law that was put into place by Congress that gives the president and the executive branch authorization to make certain emergency changes in a time of specific and direct need.
Yep.
The Trump administration is relying on that, and it did not feel like the Supreme Court was swayed by their arguments.
It did not go well. It did not go well. And the question, and I'm paraphrasing it, and I'll pull it up later, but there was a question posed to the Solicitor General saying, well, what happens if basically Democrats come in and propose like a climate emergency and use that as a justification to change international, like basically impose tariffs for their purposes?
Without approval of Congress.
Right. Would that be allowed? And obviously he had to say yes. Initially, I think the response was that this administration would say that's a hoax. But that's not the point, right? The point is a president AOC, however she gets in office. I know that's creepy and makes your skin crawl, but she says it's a climate emergency and we are going to have
And I'm the boss.
100% tariffs on any country that uses fossil fuels. Why not? Why not? And the answer is, well, she could. And
Under the same premise.
And I think that's why these tariffs are going to get struck down.
So I told you that I don't know how this happens, but my intuition tells me that the Supreme Court, if they decide against the Trump administration, will probably remand the particulars back to the lower courts.
Yes.
And I suggest to you that they will figure out a way, by hook or by crook, to split the baby and not force repayment on all of it. Maybe on some of it, but not all of it. Because if you've been following the tariffs case, the reason that this is a pretty big deal, it's not so big in as much as the president has been making trade deals based on tariffs, no tariffs, whatever. Those trade deals, tell me if I'm wrong, Cameron, but I think those trade deals stay in place. So if you accomplish the trade deal, that's all well and good.
Mm-hmm.
But what would complicate matters is if the businesses that have been impacted by the trade tariffs, that they have to pay more, if they have to be repaid. And that's what, it's a lot of money. It's like $9 billion, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it is not an insignificant.
It's not insignificant.
Yeah.
If the decision is made next year, I'll say this, 2 things. One, I think the administration should be forecasting how they're going to shift foreign policy in their trade negotiations based on an inability for Donald Trump to unilaterally move tariffs around. Because I do not believe, whether you like it or not, the Supreme Court is there to protect, first and foremost, not Donald Trump, but the Constitution of the United States of America and the separation of powers.
Right.
And their major question is whether or not, it's really not even a matter of the Trump administration. You could even, in a way, tell, you could applaud the Trump administration for taking advantage of something that they feel like that the Congress has done, which is cede their responsibility to the executive branch.
Yeah, and this is Trump is doing what almost every president has done
Just a little
on steroids.
Right.
Exactly. I mean, he's saying, I think I have the authority to do this. You have to tell me that I don't.
And you gave it to me back in the 70s.
Right.
Thanks.
And this is a problem that's a perennial problem with Congress is they actually prefer this. Like, I'll be honest, members of Congress, I've worked in the House and the Senate, they like it when they can tell people that vote for them, hey, that's the administration. It's not us, right? I wish I could do something, but that's regulation. That's the administration. They like ceding the power to the executive branch because then they don't have to take responsibility. It's why I helped write the REINS Act and things that would put that responsibility back on them and say, you got to vote on these regs. It's your authority. And what's happened is Trump's like, no, it's mine. It's fine. And
the same people that are attempting to, and look, I don't get the heartburn over Trump using tariffs legally in the way that he's using tariffs in order to negotiate trade deals. You and I have argued about that over time. But I would say this, that if we are going to celebrate the Supreme Court reversing the Chevron decision and demanding that Congress be more specific in the laws that they pass and not give deference to the executive branch in the way that we have for so long, which we all applauded.
Yes.
I mean, I thought constitutionalists universally said, good.
Way to go, guys.
Way to go. We're making the Congress work again. Then I don't see how you can't look at this and say, man, I think this same Supreme Court that overturned the Chevron decision is going to say, nah, Congress has to do the work here, and the executive branch is required to go to the Congress and force the Congress to do the work.
Yep. And I think that's where we're headed, and I get it.
You know what just happened in the studio, Jackson? You know what just happened? This is a nice little instructional lesson for you, young man. I had a little belch, a little burp, and we're off air, and I burped. And Cameron was over there on his, I don't know what he's doing over there. He's writing some anti-Trump article or something. And I said, excuse me. I said, excuse me to Cameron.
I always say excuse me.
It's a lie. It's a lie from the pit of hell. You just, you burped in here earlier today and you just walked out.
That did not happen.
And by the way, Ken.
Yes, sir.
Last week, Jackson burped in a production room and blew it at me. And that is just wrong.
I did not
You
do that.
did too.
I did not.
You did. You went burps.
No, I didn't.
You did too, like we're in a frat house.
I did not. You probably said something ugly. I don't remember doing that, though.
So, see how quickly we went from, I did not do, you probably said something nasty and deserved it. And you know what? 20 more seconds, I'll get him to, yeah, I did it, and I'll do it again. I'm just trying to help you out, Jackson. Help out your manners.
I didn't do it.
Uh-huh. What were we going to talk about? Oh, yeah, we're going to Stephen on line one. Hey, Stephen. How are you? I got Nincompoops coming up in just a second, Stephen, so we got to go quick. But you've been holding for so long, I feel bad.
Yeah, I just heard you talking about Zoran earlier, Zoran Man Damn Me, or whatever his name is. I hope Jackson did. I hope that wasn't a baloney burp. Oh my God.
Oh man. Yeah, and you know what it was? I think it was a tater chip burp. Ugh.
Ugh.
Which
yeah,
is,
those baloney burps are bad.
Yeah, they are pretty
pretty
bad.
Yeah, just real quick. This guy's already starting off. He already lunged out at Holman, so we already know what side he's on. I would think the most important job as a mayor is protecting the people of your city, among other things. But that would kind of be my top priority. So I think what we're going to see in New York City is because he's already mentioned something about, or I heard somebody mention something about he's going to be defunding the police or getting rid of law enforcement, or he's going to be using the race card against them on a lot of issues or whatever, which is kind of like what we've been seeing throughout. I just don't think that's going to stick, man. A lot of people are talking about there's going to be U-Hauls heading down 95 going to Florida and this and that and different things. But, it seems like New York is like the mixing it's the mixing pot of like every culture in the world, like is in New York. I think it's the most diverse city in the whole entire world. It has to be by far. And I would say more than half of those people come from cultures that left and fled socialism. So, you know, I don't know how. I think he's using the Bernie Sanders playbook by everything's free. Here, we're going to have free housing. We're going to have, and it's all a pipe dream. But I know one thing's for sure. I don't know how long he's going to last because Trump's not playing around when he's talking about getting the illegals out of our cities. ICE is still in New York City, and they're going to stay, and they're going to be there. And he might just get indicted himself. He might get charged and get put in jail or prison.
Wait, who might? Who might?
Yeah, if he starts fighting against this, he can end up in a bad spot. So we just have to see how it plays out.
Wait, I missed it. Who are you talking about is going to be in a bad spot?
Man, damn me.
Oh, I see. I mean, he's in a pretty good place today. I mean, he's the mayor-elect.
Yeah.
I just, you know, and thank you, Stephen, for the call. Cameron and I can dissect. I'm curious, despite the fact that we did a podcast episode of All the Best Words today, and your word, can I give him a little?
Yeah, sure.
Socialist. You went socialist. So we had a little conversation about this, but I don't know that I asked you the question today, how you think all of this is going to work out. Maybe we do that after Nincompoops.
I like it.
I'm curious about how you think all of that's going to work. It feels like a Petri dish. Yeah. That's what it feels like. But we'll get Cameron's word on it in a moment. Right now, it's time for Nincompoops in the news. We do it every day at this time. On these Wednesdays, we have 4 different selections for you. Cameron Smith, Matt Murphy, Jackson Williams, and our intrepid news reporter, Ken Weaver. We gather a headline or two together. We deliver them for you, and you get to vote on who you believe is the nincompoop of the day. Will it be Weaver? Will it be Williams? Will it be Smith? Will it be Murphy? It's yours to decide. I know who gets to go first. Well, actually, I don't. It's not me. It's either you or Jackson, Ken. I think it's Ken, Jackson. I think
That's fair.
Ken won yesterday.
I'll go second.
I mean, remember that big-time story that Ken delivered yesterday? It was
the trotter?
Yeah. It was the...
Yeah, a cop on a horse.
Uh-huh.
And the cop's last name is Trotter.
Yeah. So it was Officer Trotter, and he was on a horse.
Yeah.
And the guy thought he could outrun the horse.
Yeah. He told a guy, he said, my horse is a drug-sniffing horse.
And the guy
took off running.
Oh, my God. Get out of here. Well, Weaver, the floor is yours.
Rip-roaring drunk woman arrested after biting husband and then found naked in her front yard.
Mm-hmm.
Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd said 24-year-old Leilani Sullivan was taken into custody after her husband called 911.
Leilani.
Sheriff described Sullivan as having gotten, quote, rip-roaring drunk, an intoxication level that led her to took off every bit of her clothes. According to the sheriff, deputies found Sullivan in the front yard of her home naked. She had been biting and slapping around her husband, sheriff said. The trouble continued during the arrest when Sullivan allegedly fought with a female deputy trying to get her dressed. She started fighting with the female deputy, Sheriff Judd stated. Sheriff concluded his remarks by posing a rhetorical question about the severity of the incident. How much do you have to drink? Alcohol, that is, to rip off all your clothes, slap your husband around, bite him, and then lay down in the front yard naked.
I don't know.
Well, that's more of a pass out than a lay down.
I don't know. How much do you have to drink? Is that a rhetorical question? I don't know.
That's what the reporter said.
Oh, well, that's a lot. Jackson, I just feel like you're best equipped to answer this question. How much, Jackson, do you have to drink in order to what did she do? She ripped off all of her clothes?
You took off all of her clothes and laid
all
right down.
That's 8 beers.
8 beers, Jackson says, Ken. Let the reporter know. There you go.
But there were other things she did, right, Ken? Let's calculate this.
Yeah, she slapped her husband around.
That's another 4.
Bit him.
So we're 12.
She bit him.
Oh, that's 2 more. That's 14.
And then that's when she laid down in the yard drunk.
Okay, so
add another probably 6 there, 20.
A woman drinking 20 beers is probably dead.
I was getting ready to say, man.
she's probably close to it.
Yeah, that feels like an accurate calculation on my part.
You know what? I think that woman's an alcoholic. And you know what else I think she is? Nincompoop.
Oh, yes.
Nincompoop.
It strikes me that I think Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd's come up in our Nincompoops several times.
I feel that way, too. I feel like
What's
that name's
going on
familiar.
over there?
Just people getting drunk and naked.
Must be in the water or in the alcohol, as they say. For me, I'm going out to California, the left side, the shaky coast. District 9 Supervisor Jackie Fielder in San Francisco, California, represents the Mission District. And Representative Jackie Fielder is calling for justice. She wants Governor Gavin Newsom and the state legislature to give the people the right to vote on autonomous vehicles such as Waymo and how they operate within their community, because I'm sad to report, friends, a Waymo vehicle has killed a cat. Kit Kat is a gray tabby. Pardon me. Kit Kat was a gray tabby and was the store mascot and pet of the owner of Randa's Market on 16th Street. The owner of the market told KTVU last week that on Monday, October 27th, the cat was struck and killed by a Waymo vehicle outside of the store. The cat was taken to a veterinarian but did not make it. Waymo responded to a request for comment from Fox News 2 out of San Fran. They reviewed the incident and said that the cat darted under one of the vehicles as the car was stopping to pick up a passenger. Waymo added that they would make a donation to a local animal rights organization in the cat's honor, but did not disclose what amount. Basically, Waymo was saying that it doesn't really matter if there was a driver of this vehicle or not a driver of this vehicle. The cat was going to go splat one way or the other. Fielder said reporting from other news outlets does not align with how Waymo, a Mountain View-based company, characterized the events of poor Kit Kat's demise. She retold the graphic account of what eyewitnesses told online news outlet Mission Local. Fielder said that she's been following this situation very closely. And she referenced that Waymo CEO, whose name I cannot pronounce, so when I cannot pronounce name, we call these people Great Googly Moogly. So CEO Great Googly Moogly said that this year's that was at the Tech Crunch event around the time of Kit Kat's death. She essentially said society will accept deaths by robo-taxi if the technology offered greater safety to the general public. So the representative is suggesting that Waymo does not care if they kill cats as a result of their driverless vehicles. And Fielder wants the state of California to ban them because
it was a Kit Kat.
The name of the cat is Kit Kat, Jackson.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a candy bar.
I know we're around dinner time, and your tummy is probably a little rumbly, but this is a cat we're talking about, not a delicious dessert treat.
Love
Or
some Kit Kat.
Midday. Oh, what are you talking about?
I like them. I just do.
What are you talking? You know what I like to do? I like to get the big bar Kit Kats. You know what I'm talking about? The big ones.
Yeah.
And then buy 4 of those and unwrap them all and put them together. And I feel like I'm an itty bitty person eating a regular size Kit Kat.
I like what you did there.
You see what I did?
Yep.
Like I'm a shorty. You know, like a little munchkin.
Yep.
Can I say munchkin, Jackson?
Yeah, that's just the Dunkin' donut holes.
Mm-hmm. You know what goes well with donut holes?
What?
Truffle butter. Cameron, you're a nincompoop, sir.
Yeah, finally. Here's one that was 13 hours old, so I'm feeling good.
Giddy up. Yeah, we
probably have already
yesterday.
used it, but let's go. On Sunday, Kevin Barrios walked free from the Brevard County Jail Complex. He's free.
Uh-huh.
They've let him go.
Good.
Have you already used this?
I've not
this
heard
is
it.
great.
Not to my knowledge.
He crossed the street to the Brevard County Sheriff's motor pool, picked up a rock from a flower bed, and hurled it at a police patrol car. He managed to smash the glass in the process. Not content with the damage, Barrios grabbed another rock and shattered the window of a patrol SUV.
Look at me. I'm Ernest T.
The rampage was caught on camera, but no one had stopped him yet. He was still free. It seems that Barrios could not stand that. Then he saw movement. A deputy had arrived at the jail to drop off another inmate. As soon as the car was unloaded, Barrios threw another rock right in plain sight of the deputy. The deputy immediately arrested him, brought him right back inside for rebooking. This time, he is now being held without bail.
Y'all remember Shawshank Redemption? I'm sure the three of us have seen it, and Jackson has not.
Right.
I want you to give me that movie.
Do you? It's a good one. Shawshank Redemption. What was the guy's name?
Andy Dufresne.
Well, and no, this guy that you're talking about,
Barrios.
Barrios is like is like Brooks, institutionalized.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh, poor Morgan Freeman. Remember Red? He found himself looking for places to break parole.
He was free and on the way out did $3,700 worth of damage.
Yeah, but man, when you see a rock and you see a glass, I mean, what do you do with that? I mean, come on.
Well, especially when you want one of them uniforms.
I want one of them uniforms.
Freedom. And I'm back.
Don't you throw that rock, Ernest T. Don't you do it.
It's great.
Jackson, you got a winner there, buddy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You know how Jay says $140 on a crayon, you can sue anybody?
I do.
Somebody tried. Woman called Karen at New Jersey amusement park. Not enough to sue. Court rules. An appeals court has upheld the dismissal of a lawsuit filed by a New Jersey woman who claims she was ridiculed and labeled a Karen by children at the I Play America in Freehold, New Jersey, and that workers did nothing to stop the harassment. The 55-year-old Edison woman claimed in court papers she was attending a birthday party with her two minor children on October 9th, 2022, when an employee incorrectly told her she did not meet the minimum height requirement for the IPA Speedway go-kart ride. The woman told the worker and his supervisor that she had previously been given access to the ride several times without issue. While the employee and a manager were speaking with the plaintiff, children waiting in line behind her became upset and began to shout at her because of the delay, calling her a white B-word and Karen, according to the lawsuit filed June 3rd, 2024 in Middlesex County Superior Court. The woman was terribly embarrassed and humiliated by these events and felt discriminated against because she was wrongfully denied access to the IPA Speedway go-kart ride, the lawsuit said. After being denied access, the woman had to go back through the line past the children who were yelling at her, according to the suit. This caused her to feel terribly embarrassed and humiliated, court documents state. According to court documents, the mother's discomfort was magnified because her two minor children were present for the entire event. The woman's lawsuit alleged I Play America was negligent in not allowing her on the ride and that the business breached its duty of care by not preventing other guests from yelling at her. A trial court dismissed the woman's lawsuit on October 11th, 2024, and then a decision Friday, October 31st, 2025, a state appellate court upheld the dismissal. We are unpersuaded by plaintiff's arguments and determined the trial court did not err in its findings, the appeals court wrote in its 11-page decision. The appeals court stated it does not condone the children's derogatory comments. However, I Play America's responsibility to provide a safe environment does not extend to protecting patrons from derogatory or pejorative comments.
Pejorative.
That's what I said.
Pejorative.
Yeah. Okay.
Preventing certain communications between patrons is not feasible.
Hey, Jackson.
Yes.
Were her kids little shorties too?
I'm assuming they didn't.
The kids were little shorties too. You think?
So she wasn't tall enough to get on the ride?
She was not.
I guess not. She must be short.
Man, that's what.
Because this isn't like a big time
She's a little munchkin.
roller coaster.
She's a little munchkin.
She's a little lady.
She's a little bitty lady. She wanted to get on that ride. Don't call her Karen.
She's little Karen.
Hey, easy, Ken. She'll sue you. You better watch out.
This just made me laugh. Like as I kept reading, I kept laughing harder.
I mean, how short is Karen?
Probably about my height.
Oh,
no, Ken, you could ride the IPA go-kart ride. IPA Speedway go-kart ride.
Does it give the details?
I can look it up, Ken.
Man, oh, man. I used to, one of my favorite things to do was to watch the people that would go around Six Flags and see if they were tall enough to ride the ride.
To ride the rides.
No, man, you got to go to the kiddie park. You can't ride the Superman ride. You slip right out. Slip right out of that thing.
Oh, no.
What?
The minimum height is 36 inches.
Man.
3 feet.
What?
She was less than 3 feet tall?
I think she was.
She was like a legit midget, you think?
Ken is very surprised.
She
Well,
might have
I
been.
mean, that's
She-
teeny-tiny.
She might have been a little lady.
You
Well, I
know.
mean, she was a little lady.
This is what it says on their website.
Little fun-sized Karen right there in your pocket.
Yeah.
And she's in there screaming.
I feel bad.
Oh my goodness.
Apparently, they had let her on before, though.
What, really?
That's
what she says.
Somebody was slacking.
Yeah,
They weren't doing their job.
that's right. I can't help what happened before, lady, but you don't reach up to the, to the little animal's tongue, so you can't, or whatever.
But then, I mean, you might sling her off the ride.
That's right.
exactly right.
Well, it's go-karts you drive.
Well, then she might get slung out of the go-kart.
Well, I mean, do you really want to see that? The little old lady driving with, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
She might
It's
wind-
like she's on the highway.
She might wind up like that gray tabby.
Yeah.
Splat.
Oh, Kit Kat, R.I.P.
More than likely, she's just not going to go anywhere because you can't reach the pedals.
R.I.P. Kit Kat.
R.I.P. Kit Kat. It's 56 after the hour. You can vote for Cameron. You can vote for me. You can vote for Jackson. You can vote for Ken. Vote early, vote often. 615-737-9986. When we return, what did I say we were talking about? I've already forgotten.
It was really important.
New York City.
Yes. Mondani.
Where New York City goes now. That is up next. Your telephone calls as well. Super Talk 99.7 WTN.